Sometimes the most profound stories, they aren't found in some ancient, dusty book. Nope, they're hiding in the most unexpected corners of the internet. So today, we're kind of going on an archaeological dig. We're sifting through a piece of digital culture to see if we can uncover a hidden epic, a timeless story buried in all that online chaos. So let's start digging.
All right, take a look at this. At first glance, it's just, well, it's a mess of words, right? A stream of consciousness from some gamer. Magical, ouch, winner. No, it seems totally random, maybe even nonsensical. But what if it isn't? What if this is actually some kind of coded message?
And that's really the big question for us today. Are we looking at digital gibberish, or is this the emotional blueprint of a classic journey? We're betting on the second one. This isn't just a transcript, it's a modern myth in the making.
What we're going to show you is how this seemingly random collection of exclamations, it actually follows one of the oldest storytelling structures known to humanity, the hero's journey. Believe it or not, this is a complete adventure told in 3 classic acts. Okay, so every great hero's journey kicks off with a call to adventure, right? That moment of excitement and wonder as they step into a brand new world. Well, our hero is no different. Act 1 begins with pure, unfiltered enthusiasm. And what's so cool here is how clearly these words signal that our hero is just all in. They're eagerly accepting the quest, there's zero hesitation, it's all woohoo, unbelievable, and I'm so excited. This is a hero literally running headfirst into the challenge, just full of optimism. In fact, you can almost break down their feelings into numbers. It's this powerful cocktail of pure joy, wild excitement, and just awe at this world they've just entered. There's not a single shred of doubt to be found. But as any good story teaches us, that feeling, it never lasts. And now we hit Act 2, because after that initial high, the trial is inevitable. We're talking about the great struggle. This is where our hero gets tested, where the journey gets really tough, and you can feel the whole tone just shift. And this just illustrates the change perfectly. The magical becomes ouch. That enthusiastic woohoo turns into a worried uh-oh, and the super confident string of yes, yes, yes gets replaced by a desperate no, 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 no. I mean, the contrast is just so stark. Our hero has slammed into a wall. In storytelling, this is what they call the abyss. It's that moment of greatest peril, where the hero has to face their biggest fears, and the possibility of total failure feels very, very real. For our gamer, this is that moment of pure frustration, the point where they could just give up. So the big question is, do they? Of course not. Come on, this is a hero's journey, after all. Welcome to Act 3, the triumphant return. This is the turning point, where the hero digs deep, they overcome that ordeal, and they finally claim their prize. And you can actually see their strategy for success unfold right in the transcript. It starts with a simple moment of realization, just, okay. Then comes the self-motivation, that little pep talk. You can do it. That's followed by the decisive call to action, let's go, and it all leads to that one single beautiful word, winner. It's like a 4-step path from crisis straight to victory. And if you look at the whole transcript, this is what's so fascinating. Despite that really deep, dark moment in the abyss, the journey is overwhelmingly positive. The cries of joy and triumph just completely outweigh the moments of struggle. Yeah, the ordeal was real, but that victory was so much sweeter. In fact, our hero shouts a victorious exclamation 14 separate times. 14! That's a powerful statement of success, right? A super clear signal that the great struggle is over, the reward has been seized. But hang on. The final part of our hero's return isn't just about victory cheers. The third act of any great epic also has to include the resolution. And this is where our transcript gets, well, truly profound. It leaves us with one final puzzle to solve. Just look at these last 2 lines. First, you get this grand announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the show is about to begin. It feels like a declaration, right? A new beginning. And then, immediately after, you get the 2 most final words possible. Game over. How can the show be starting if the game is over? This contradiction, right here, is the final, brilliant takeaway from our hero's journey. It suggests a cycle. The hero returns, but their adventure is now a story to be told, a show that's just beginning for the rest of us.
The end of the game is the birth of the legend. And that leaves us with a much bigger thought to chew on. If we can find this classic epic story structure in a simple gamer's transcript, where else can we find it? In our digital world, is every button press, every level up, every game over screen just a small part of our own hero's journey? It's something to think about.